If you bought what I know, 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 it's going down. Yeah, well, I told, holding on your damn street. Calvin Miller production.
World, stop. Carry on, 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 stop. I know that's right. 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 Welcome to the Unfiltered Doll, baby, where we do what? A little bit of cussing around here, so your parental advisory has been advised. Also, baby, listen. This is the court of public opinion, and nobody asked me to tell you a goddamn thing about these people's business. So don't take it personal, baby, because we're not talking about you, but we are talking about the people on the screen. Now let's get into this mess. My God, on today, or maybe tomorrow, happy Wednesday, it is hump day. Please confirm the audio for me if you don't mind. Let me get on this other phone. Honey, I'm on my phone, so please bear with me when it comes to the chat today, baby, because I can't see all of the comments. Honey, Bible lady, where you been at? You just now seeing that, baby? I'll be running to come talk to y'all real quick. I got to cuss a few people out once y'all confirm my audio. Thank you so much, El Cid, baby, for confirming the audio. Who was that yesterday who brought up Mary Agnes from Salt Lake City, the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? I forgot already. I would like to cuss her out. Who was that? I'm on my phone. I'm going to say hi to y'all in 1 second. Maybe, maybe not. Let me see. I'm in here real quick. Honey, because I'm in my bedroom. Yes, I am. Let me see something here. We'll go down here to see who's all up in here. Because I want to know who was that came, who got me in this rabbit hole. Justice Mom, you said you didn't do it? Bible Lady L Cid 932, Beauty is her name. Justin's mom, T Baby 74, very cheery. Voices of Fair Use, the Duchess, Brother Loves Baby, Oil Leo Lady. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the Cash App, baby. I'm gonna have to give you a shimmy and shake in the spirit. Cause I'm on the phone, baby. It's Mary Agnes. I like to call her. I've renamed her Mary Agnes. Thank you for the Cash App, sugar. El Cid, Miss Med about music. Old Man Johnson's Farm, the woman he chose. Baby, Tonya be here. Hello, honey, and thank you once again for that Cash App. A shimmy and a shake, honey, and a shimmy and a shake. Mary Agnes, who is responsible for dropping her business into my lap on yesterday's live? Reese and Muff's mom, hello, hello, hello. Y'all tell me already. Oh Lord have mercy. Let me turn this off for real quick here. I need some answers. Don't nobody want to snitch or don't nobody want to tell, because y'all know I wasn't gonna remember. Next time I'll screenshot it, or I'll just go to my live chat from the yesterday and find out who's responsible for me all up in these folks' business. Because see, what I'm in my bedroom right now doing is pulling up the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Because before I get into talking about some things, I want to at least do my own legwork and homework, if you will. Now, I do recall watching some Real Housewives of Salt Lake City episodes, but now that I've started season 1, episode 1, I'm starting to think maybe I didn't start from the beginning. Did I just hop into when that girl whooped up on that lady while they was drunk? And see, I thought they were Mormons. I thought Mormons, they weren't allowed to drink, cuss, smoke. I thought they can't even have tea. They can't even have hot tea. The last time I checked, they was drunk as a damn skunk on the episode, if I can recall, where Jen was trying to act like she wasn't the one that put the paws on that lady down there when they were on the vacation. Mm-hmm. But I just could not remember Mary Agnes. Y'all call her Mary Cosby. I could not remember Mary Agnes. So I'm like, let me go back and just start with season 1, episode 1. And that's when I realized, girl, you never, girl, did you just jump into any season and just start watching some bullshit? I don't know. All right, but what I will tell you is this. Hey, only me, welcome on in. What I will tell you is I'm in a rabbit hole. I am in, baby, Elsie, baby. You can leave early, baby. You could do what you want. All right, baby. You got to leave early. Whatever you got to do, baby, do it. It's okay, sugar. Mm-hmm. Thank you so much, Only Me 23, for gifting a Dollhouse membership. Mwah. Hugs and kisses to you, baby, and a shimmy and a shake. And welcome on in to the membership, Miss Key 954. Feel free to drop your membership emojis. And if you want to come on out the rose bushes, baby, and thank Only Me 23, she loves to give a gift of memberships. We love her down. Yes, we do. Muff Gigi. Hey, baby, welcome on in. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to be watching a few of these episodes so that I can, when I speak about and when I talk about Mary Agnes, I have my own opinion that no one asked me for. Because, baby, I've been giving out a bad opinion since the 1978. Falia, hey baby, welcome on in. Yes, ma'am, I have been giving out a bad opinion since then. Chick-fil-A gal, welcome on in. Also, hey Fussbox. Also, honey, I've been going on down. That's Mama and Robert. And see what y'all had told me. Y'all said Mary Agnes married her grandmother's man, her step granddaddy. Uh-huh. Now this picture here is Mama. She went on and got her something young. Yes, she did, because see, he was 22 or in his early 20s when Mama was in her 40s and she married him. Yes, she was. And what he did is, when they say she suddenly passed away, according to Mary Agnes, her mother and stepfather, they said when Mama suddenly passed away, because I just got done watching the interview that they did with a YouTube on here, a YouTube channel. I done forgot his name already, but we will get into that when we officially go live to get all up in these people's business. Robert returned the favor and married her granddaughter while she was in her early 20s and he was in his 40s. Uh-huh. There's a lot of shit going on out here. Yes, there is, hon. There's a lot going on out here in these families and down at these church houses, and had a baby. So it wasn't just a marriage of convenience. Honey, he was climbing up on top of her doing his business. How'd he die? On top of me? It's very much giving some arranged type of shit going on. Right. So we're gonna get into that. We are when we officially go live. This is not the official live. I just wants to yell at the person who brought this to my attention from the yesterday's live, because I'm all up in these people's business. Yes, I am. Now, see, it's easy to go to TikTok and pull you a couple of videos, right, and hear what the people have to say, but you also want to know what you're talking about as well. Even if I'm loud and wrong, at least I know I did some type of legwork. I am also on the Reddit uh thread that has been archived, baby. It is no longer active. You can't post, you can't vote, you can't do nothing in there. And I will be clicking and clacking on every last page to see what they have to say as well, because you know people down on the Reddit got a lot to say. But honey, if this is Mama, well, this is Mama and this is Robert, honey, A picture. They say a picture gives you 1,000 words. Now I probably messed up the quote, but you know what I'm saying, right? Mama got her press and curl here in this picture. Robert looked like mm-hmm. You where you find him at, Mama? People don't like when you talk about Mama because they said Mama was for the community, and they really respect Mama. They put her up on a pedestal, but Mama went and got her something young. Uh-huh. Yes, she did. She went and got her something young because she was in her 40s when she married this man in his early 20s. Yes, indeed. Now she's sitting up in here on this picture with this press and curl, and he looking like he's unemployed and he doesn't know much going on yet in his life because he's just a young 20-something-year-old lad here. Uh-huh. So fill the people in if they don't know who we're talking about. I really don't have time to be in the chat right now because I'm on my phone, and y'all know I have a difficult time trying to maneuver this phone from StreamYard. All right. Now, so just to get you caught up, I am watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I watched this interview right here, which this is Mary Cosby. This is her mother that you're looking at on the screen. Come on, hot pink boots and side ponytail. Come on, somebody. Some of you would say, oh, she reminds me of somebody I know or somebody that we usually talk about here on this live. Anywho, she is wearing her glasses because there is something that is going on with her eye. She does have a condition. That is her husband, which is Mary Cosby's stepfather. Now, I will say he did a lot of talking for her, which was a little weird. He was over talking her. As a matter of fact, she barely could get a word out. So I don't know what they got going on in their marriage, but we'll never know because guess what? Just like Mama suddenly passed away, Rosie here, Mary Cosby's mother, she passed away January of 2025. So you got Mama who has passed away and went to the glory, and you also got her mama who she ain't spoke to in 20 plus years, who has passed away and went to the glory. Now, not only that, during this interview, they brought up something about an extramarital affair that Mary was having with somebody by the name of Cameron, however you wants to say it, from down at the church house. And between you and I, baby, they say he done went to the glory too. Uh-huh. That's what they say. Baby, you know, down to the Salt Lake City or in the Utah, especially at the Mormon church, Lori Daybell and Chad Daybell and them. I'm just saying, people's just falling, baby, people just falling out dead. All right. So I'm just saying, I'm not saying that they have anything to do with it, meaning Robert and Mary Agnes Cosby. I'm not saying they have anything to do with it, but it's mighty strange and suspicious that in this interview that you see on the screen, when Mary's mama was telling what was going on, well, her husband was because he kept interrupting. They making it seem like there's some foul play going on and these bodies is dropping, and it's not what they say it is for the cause of death. I'm just saying this is what people saying, and this is what had happened. So yeah, listen, may sound sus to you, sound sus to me. I wasn't there. So these are just rumors, allegations, and speculation. Okay. I'm just trying to tell you, all right. Baby, listen, it's bad enough they down there in the Mormon community. And then they down there to the Penty Church, the Pentecost, I can't even say it right now. They down there where the people be shouting and screaming and jumping up and down, and they got their drama. Now people say it's a cult, but here's the thing: I have to get into what a cult is because we always like to say something is a cult, right? Anytime there's some type of church drama or church scandal, we like to say it's a cult. So I got to get into: is it a cult or is it just some church mess and some church drama? And were the people giving up their money? You know, was it a scam? Was it fraud? Were there lies? Were there infidelity? I don't know if it was a cult or not, but that's what the people are saying. And in this interview from 4 years ago, before that doc came out on the TLC, they're mentioning the word cult in this interview here. Yes, they are. Absolutely. Muff Gigi, thank you so much, baby, for gifting a membership to someone in the dollhouse, baby. Mwah, hugs and kisses to you, baby, and a shimmy and a shake. Welcome, Petty Garden Girl, to the dollhouse. Welcome on in. All of this is a scheme set up by Todd to come to us with the bullshit. Now, I asked you all a question yesterday. I said, is it a possibility? Because some people don't like Mary, other people love Mary. Is it a possibility? And I'm going to tell you, when I'm going through these comments and different things, and baby, listen, this has nothing to do with your child or anybody in your family. All right. But they feel like Mary might be on the spectrum. Now, it's called a spectrum for a reason, meaning there's a scale. All right. And I don't know. I've seen more than one, and they're not saying it in the way that we like to throw around, because you know the bitch is crazy and she's bipolar. They're not throwing it around like that. It's like the people who get into saying that they feel like Mary is on the spectrum, they're coming from a place of, because I know, because I have a child who is also on the spectrum, from the few comments that I've seen so far. Okay. Now, mm-hmm. So just wanted to let you know, whomever dropped this stuff in my live yesterday, y'all got me down a rabbit hole. Okay. And let's see. They say Robert was a freak in this interview. Mary's mom said that originally Mary was not the first choice. See, Robert really wanted to marry Rosie, his wife's daughter. She was really the first in line for him to marry and manipulate, because of course without a marriage, or without he's not going to be able to have his hands in the money and the finances and into the church and the members and all of the things going on with what they got going on with the church house, you see here. And Rosie, Mary's mother, said that Robert accused her of liking him and told Mama that Rosie likes him, in an inappropriate way. Now, keep in mind, she was already married to the man sitting next to her. His name is Mark. And Mark was like, I'm not the best looking guy in the world, but what makes you think, her being married to me, that she is liking you? They didn't call him ugly, called him a freak, said that Mama told Rosie that she needs to make sure she has on her house coat because Robert is a freak. And they say something about him having a sex addiction. This was all in this 40 plus minute interview that I just got finished watching. Yes, indeedy. And Robert, and what I'm talking about here, Robert is once again Mary Agnes Cosby's step granddaddy, who is now her husband. Some of y'all say ex-husband because they're no longer together, who also fathered her child. Uh-huh. Yes, indeedy. So that makes this is a train wreck, is what this is. It is a train wreck. Hold on one second. So, honey, I'm just, listen, y'all, whoever done brought this up to me from the live yesterday, y'all got me in a rabbit hole. Let me know if you can still hear me. I'm about to transfer to the computer. I think, excuse all the audio, child. It's about to get noisy because I didn't went downstairs here. No, I'm not transferring to no computer because I got work to do. I need to finish watching the show. Hold on. Oh, Jesus. What's going on here? Hold on a minute. Shit. Hold on, y'all. Okay. Now I was going to transfer to the computer, but what I want to do is, oh, all right. We'll have the women he chose. We will have all of that. I'm in the process of getting the family tree together because, baby, I got that all in my notes. I do, honey. I had to get my notes together because I said, who, what, huh? What is going on? What is going on? Somebody please tell me who was who. And then the sister. Now, I didn't get to the doc yet, but the sister, some of y'all brought the sister up in the live yesterday. And when I asked, did Robert, her step granddaddy, manipulate her, or was she some type of a victim? Y'all was like, oh no, she's a gold digger and she's a this, that, and the third. Two things can be true at once. Because how I found it mighty funny that according to Mary's mother and husband, he married. Now here's what they're trying to say. Why would mama marry, marry her granddaughter and that man Dana to be husband and wife if she felt like she was going to die 3 years later and set them up for a divorce? Because the people are saying that Robert lied to Mary and said that mama said that if something were to happen to her, that she wants him to marry one of her girls. Honey, according to Mary's mom, that's a lie. hmm That's what they had said, girl. But listen, we're going to get into all of that when we get to watching this interview and things like that. Now, y'all had said something about that sister, and you're like, well, if Mary was a victim, what about the sister? Well, here's the tea. The sister's older. Mary is the youngest. She's the younger one. She went to go live with her grandparents when she was in high school. And when I say grandparents, that includes her husband, her step granddaddy, and mama, her grandmother. Now, this interview that I'm watching is from 4 years ago, before the TLC doc. There's a lot of tea, coffee, Hennessy, Alizé, and moonshine. Okay, this is more than tea. Baby, when it comes to what's going on in the state of Utah, and when it comes to what's going on with the Mormon community, and obviously this church community, there's too much there's just too much going on. Too much going on. And like I said, I would hate to wrap everybody up in one big fancy ribbon and gift box. But again, the Daybell murders, the Doomsday murders, it's a lot of cult like activity going on. hmm That interview is part of the doc. Okay, so they pulled that 4 year interview into the doc that came out in the January. Didn't y'all tell me this document just came out in the January? Why you rolling your eyes, Muff? What happened? You all right, baby? That content creator went to the church and found the mom and some other stuff. Child, there's a lot going on in Utah. Yes, indeedy. There's too much going on. Baby, I need more than a drink. I need a drink, snack. I might need me a little Newport or something. Uh-huh. But see, I was listening to the sister and call me crazy. Um, Call me crazy. Spooky is the perfect baby. It is very scary. Because when I got into the little bit of the Daybell situation with Lori, with her beauty pageant hair and killer instincts, I oh, it was a lot. I said, oh shit. That's only oh shit. You know what I mean? Um Now, I didn't want to talk about the sister, and everything that I'm saying right now. I'm probably going to repeat myself when we officially go live with like some audio and some, shared screens and whatnot. Look at me. Hey, Mary. That's Mary on my TV. But the sister, and I'm not saying this because her wig looks like a party hat. That's not why I'm saying this, okay? Welcome on in if you're just coming into the chat. I'm not saying this about Mary's sister because her wig is looking like a party hat, okay? What I'm going to say is this, based off of what I've seen so far in the clips that are floating around from her on that dock, it's given that there was some tension with the siblings. Mm-hmm. That's what I feel like. The energy, the way she speaks about her sister Mary, as if she doesn't really like her. Now, they say the sister was upset because she didn't care for Robert, the granddaddy. But you have to ask yourself, well, why didn't she care for Robert? The mom didn't care for Robert. The husband can't stand Robert. So there has to be a reason why they feel some type of way towards Robert. They say he ain't shit. That's what they had said in this 40 something minute interview. Uh-huh. But like I said, when we go live officially to get into these things, did the person come forward yet that brought all of this up in the live yesterday? Is what I would like to know. Did she come forward yet? Come on and show your face, honey. I'm not gonna cuss you out. I just got a few questions because, like I said, you got me in this rabbit hole. Did you see the trailer for the reunion? No, I don't watch the real. Listen, babies, I don't really watch the Real Housewives at all. Like I play catch up, or I might watch a reaction on YouTube of what's going on with the Real Housewives franchise, like Atlanta, for example, or Potomac, but I don't really watch it. I'm starting to watch. I did see some of the episodes of Salt Lake City, but I think I was in a different season. I don't think I ever started from season 1, episode 1. So I'm about to start season 1, episode 1, so I can just get familiar with Mary so that we can get into the cult of it all that they're accusing her and her granddaddy, her step granddaddy, who is her husband. Uh-huh. So we can get into all of that and the discussion of that. Mm-hmm. 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 All them people are a bit sure. Yeah, well, strange is kind. Strange is kind, but yeah, the sister was also given. This is and rest in peace to Mary's mother. Because I told y'all she went to go to the glory. She went to glory January of 2025. But something, hey, the math wasn't, what I mean? Something wasn't right. All right now. Shit, I ain't trying to say it. You can fill in the blanks if that's what you want to do. I'm trying to be kind. All right. And there's a lot of people who their team Mary. Here's the thing for me. You have people that are going to make you laugh. You have people when they tell their story, they get on this TV, they make you cry because you can relate. You've been in their shoes before. And you start to, develop, you like this person, you love what they stand for. And that sometimes can make your brain a little foggy and put a little dust on your brain. They are not helping you pay their bill. They are not keeping you warm at night. They do not feed you. And when something comes up and out in the open and it's exposed, it's okay to discuss it. It is. They're not your friends for real. We got to stop that. We got to stop having these weird ass relationships with people we don't know. I'm serious. It's a problem. Okay, because you get to the point where it's like the Bloods and the Crips. Oh, I'm Team Portia. I'm Team Nene. You don't know them bitches. Excuse my language. Not calling them out their names, but just you know what I'm doing here. Just to play on words. You don't know them people. Y'all be ready to split y'all head wide open in the sake of or in the name of somebody based off of a personality, and that ain't sane. So I really don't give a damn who's team Mary, who's team Mama. I really don't care about none of that. When I get into this live, I'm going to say what I want to say, and I'm going to give you my opinion, and you can give me yours. We don't have to agree. And that's what a cult is, they say. They say basically it's cult like behavior when you don't have a mind of your own. That's what they had told me when I did a little, a little research on what the hell is a cult, because we do abuse that word. Okay. hmm We do abuse that word and do. So, listen, baby, here's the thing. I'll be busy grabbing and gathering. And we going to go live and we going to get into it. Let me get her and her wig off. But see, something about her, the way she was talking, I feel like there's some type of tension between the sisters. And I don't think she likes her sister. And the sister probably don't like her. And there's probably some tension with the mother, because when I watched that interview, you could tell that the mother has favoritism with her daughter, because when they mentioned something about Mary being pretty, she had to, make sure that you knew very pretty. Yes, so pretty. And it's just like, who gives a damn? Now the sister sitting up here, like I said, I'm not saying these things about her because of that wig. Because some of y'all like to act funny with people because of their wigs and fashions. I'm saying this based off of the vibe, the energy that she gave me, just from the few clips that I've seen. And why is Cameron? What I need to find out. They said the man that she was having more than a member in church relationship with. Why is he dead? They done got rid of him, or did he die from something down to the hospital? What had happened? I gotta find that out. Honey, they was spilling tea in that little interview. Yes, they were. But honey, that's all I got. I just wanted to come on right quick and tell y'all what I was up to. And I wanted the person to come and face me in this live. But I guess you say they ain't in here and y'all telling them not to snitch and whatnot. I just wanted, the last person that had me all up in somebody's business like this is when I was in Laura, what is it, Laura? No, Lauren. Who is that lady from Hidden True Crime? Is it Laura or Lauren? No, that's Lauren. Was somebody who was in my Instagram DMs who had me all in Laura Owen's business with her pregnancy scamming. Had me all down in that rabbit hole. And I'm still in that rabbit hole. I just don't know where to pick back up at. I don't know where to pick it back up yet. I think we lost Cameron due to an aneurysm. Really now? Mm, 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 mm. I see. My God. Well, yes, honey. I want to pick that back up, but I'm just trying to figure out how to, like, where to start. Oh God, that woman is crazy. And then the other men, child, it's too much. It's so much. It is so much. And I thought I was going to get into the Corey Richins, or is it Rickens? Who gives a damn? She done killed her husband, allegedly. You know what I'm tired of too? I'm tired of the people who are obviously like, you're guilty, you're going to jail, you're guilty. I'm sick of the whole, like, I'm sick of that. It's so obvious that you did it, and we got to waste time up in these people's courthouse because you're innocent until you got to be proven guilty, right? Child, I was going to get into that, but I don't even know if I'm going to. It's just there's too much going on. I don't even know if I feel like getting into all of that. And if y'all don't know who Corey Richins is, they say that she been trying to kill her husband for a moment, and finally she was successful by giving him a dirty cocktail. Or did she poison his dinner? I'll have to go back and see. I done forgot already. But honey, all over some insurance money. You know they love to kill over some insurance money. Um, Thank you for the cash app, baby, in the rose bushes. What you saying to me? I feel like you cussing me out for an old quickie ass live, no foreplay or nothing. Baby, we've been live for 35 minutes. Thank you, baby, for the cash app. Hugs and kisses to you and a shimmy and a shake, baby, and a shimmy and a shake, baby. It's been 35 minutes. How much fondling do you want me to do? 35 minutes in, honey, that's not a quickie. This is the foreplay. I might still be, you might still be ooh la, you might still be curling at the toes. I might still be doing something ungodly to you and whatnot. Huh? 36 minutes in, you might be begging for, all right, all right. Is it after dark? You might be begging for me to put it in. You can't take it no more. Just put it in. Talk about something. This just the phone. This just a quickie. A quickie is like a 5-10 minutes. Baby, this is 36:56 going on 37:38 minutes. If you ain't used to me talking like this, welcome to a evening live, or welcome to when I'm over there in the members. When I just say what the hell I want to say because I'm grown. She sent the cash app and said it to me. PW, don't be putting the eyes in the chat. She said it to me. She said to me, she sent me money though, so she could say whatever she wants to say to me. She said, for an old quickie ass live, no foreplay or nothing. Not almost 40 minutes in, baby. Huh? Not almost 40 minutes in, baby. We might need to change the sheets 40 minutes in. I'm just saying. Y'all ungrateful is all I know. Y'all ungrateful. We might have the 40 minutes in. Girl, there might be a wet spot in the bed 40 minutes in. My God, on today. Look at y'all blushing with your nasty selves. Y'all so fast. Elsa said more than the tip. More than the tip. Just give me the full everything. Give me the full length. Hey, Shay B, welcome on in. Wow, what in the Black history did I step into? All I heard was put it in. Please be gentle with me. Y'all got me coughing and shit. Oh, God. Well, I enjoyed y'all. Uh, what kind of, and first of all, honey, remind me not to date the sugar from the rose bushes if she thinks this is a quick. Baby, what kind of quickies you been doing? Sign me up for the 5 or 10 minutes, please. 20 minutes tops. If you want to include a few extracurricular activities for a quick. What kind of quickie you been doing for 38, 39, 40 minutes? Hmm? Uh, what the? What? That ain't shit. You well on your way. You shit. You into that? You almost into the hour, girl. Listen, it ain't got. All right now. If that, El Cid, if that, if that, okay. The entire chat is pregnant, pregnant. And if you get pregnant right around now, I heard that you might have and my math might be off. You might have your little Scorpio baby, scorpion baby, or something like that. Is that what they say? If you lay up with that man unprotected on the Valentine's Day, that you may end up with a Scorpio. Is that what they said, or is my math off? When he chose said at 40 minutes, baby, we all in. We all in. Baby, some of us is already, but we was begging for mercy at the 10-15 minute, depending on what activity you got right into. All right? Go on, just put it in. Okay? Shit, I got work in the morning. I got to go to work. The hell you talking about? I gotta go to work, honey. I'm enjoying myself, but I got to be up 6 in the a.m. and I got to be up 6 in the a.m. Let's wrap this up, please and thank you. Ain't nothing wrong with a little wrap. Let's wrap this up. Let's get right on to the point. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Honey, I don't see nothing wrong with it at all. Let me go up in this chat and speak to y'all before we go. Let me go here. I'm signed into his YouTube. He swear for God he does not have a YouTube. Like he just be watching YouTube when he got a whole login. Bless his heart. Hold on, let me find myself on here. Unfiltered doll. Who is that? I can't. This keyboard, this touchscreen keyboard shit. Hold on, y'all. Bear with me. Let me see who I done missed in here so that I can mm, mm. Okay, let me go here. Hold on, let me turn this down real quick, y'all. Let me play y'all a little something real quick while I find out what I need to do. Hold on. My nose is running and whatnot. What is going on? Oh, here's the story. Here's something from the Salt Lake City. Let's see what they
I just
saying.
finished watching this 3-part docuseries called The Cult of the Real Housewife, all about Mary Cosby. And if you know anything about the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, then you know who she is. This docuseries isn't just interesting if you're familiar with that reality show, although I think it's probably more interesting if you've seen at least some of the episodes of that show, because I watch all the Real Housewives shows, so I'm pretty familiar with her. But even if you've never seen anything of her before and you have no clue who she is, this is still a really entertaining, crazy documentary because she is just so bizarre. I don't want to give it all away, so I'll just give you like a little bit. But if you don't want any spoilers, then just save this video, scroll along, go watch it for yourself, and come back here later if you want to join in the conversation in the comments. But basically, Mary Cosby here is bizarre for so many reasons. She's kind of entertaining on the reality show on Real Housewives because she's so weird, and she's almost funny and entertaining in that way. But then when you watch this docuseries, realize, no, she's actually like crazy and manipulative and money hungry and awful person. So number one, she married her grandfather. She married her step-grandfather. So her grandma was married to this guy who was a little bit younger than the grandma, but obviously way older than her. And he came into her life when she was 3. So she grew up with him as the grandpa. And then when the grandma died, the grandma supposedly left it in her will that grandpa was going to marry one of his grandkids, and she stepped up to the challenge and therefore inherited money, the business, the church. She's like the head of the church, this Pentecostal church. I know it's Salt Lake City, so you're thinking Mormon, but there's a lot of different religions in this cast. So she took over as the pastor of this Pentecostal church called Faith Temple Pentecostal Church, I think. But she then turned it into basically a cult. That's what this whole docuseries is all about. She and Gramps, okay, they turned it into this thing where the congregation now, instead of just donating like normal people do and giving some money, they are required to give thousands of dollars, remortgage their homes, give everything. And then when she started on the Real Housewives show in 2020, I believe, she then aired out all of this stuff, showing her lifestyle and how extravagant and crazy she is. And now the congregation's looking at it and her family's looking at all of she kind of just is exposing herself, showing she has so much money, which, okay, great. She's on the Real Housewives. Of course she's got money. That's kind of what it's all about. But she brags so much about how much designer clothes she's got. She needs to have another apartment to hold all the clothes because she has no closet space. And the congregation members are like, wait, that's where our money's going to, is literally just into her pocket. I think they might have already known that somewhat, but it was thrown in their face. There's so many crazy scandals that this docuseries goes through. I won't list them all, but I mean, it just really exposes her as being this not a great person at all, but entertaining for the reality show. But then this docuseries shows no, these are real people. These congregation members, her family members, they're all showing and exposing her for this manipulative, money hungry liar. I wish I could see her reaction to watching this docuseries, because I don't know. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Have you seen this too? What do you think?
So let me get her sister and her hair off the screen because that's so mean. Y'all are so raggedy for that. So yeah, honey, that's what we will be getting into for the next couple of days or so. And Nola 504, are you the person? Because I could not remember. Are you the person that brought up Mary's name in my live chat yesterday? Come to the front of the room, to the dollhouse, front of the dollhouse, baby. Was it you that started all this mess in here? Now that we got you, was it you, baby? Let me know. I just want to speak to you real quick. That okay? Well, I'm glad. I'm glad you're here. Cause see, you can scroll back to the beginning when I had more bass in my voice. Cause you got me in a rabbit hole. I got other things to do. Now I got to go and set up in here and watch season one so that I cannot be out here giving my opinion based off of what other people are saying. Now I got to go in a Reddit post from 4 years ago. Baby, it's closed. You can't even comment or vote in that thing no more. It's archived. You know what I mean? I got to go down in there. I didn't watch the 4 year old interview on the YouTube, which y'all are telling me was also included on the doc that was done recently for TLC. China, I don't I might watch. We gonna just say season one. We just gonna say season one for now. I might have to watch season two because I'm hearing something about the son speaking out about the things he was dealing with and him not wanting to be here on earth with us anymore. So who's on drugs? Is it the son? Somebody's on drugs, and somebody was mentioned somewhere of being on the show actually telling the people, or telling, I guess, Mary or some damn body, that he was dealing with a lot, such as drugs and not wanting to be here on earth. And I guess some people assume that when you're rich, I've already I've already did the mom's interview so far with her husband, who was over talking. He didn't let her really talk, but I'm gonna be honest with you. Between you and I, Nola 504, I think the reason why he really didn't let her talk is because, you know what I'm saying? She's no longer here to defend herself for what I'm about to say. But I feel like he kept interrupting because he know that's something. You know what I mean? Uh-huh. I feel like he was interrupting because he said she about to fuck up the church's money, literally. So let me, help her out. I don't know what she had in that cup, but they say, maybe it was just a little bit of juice. Not gin and juice, but just some juice. Everybody's dying around these people. Listen, you got to be more careful. Now, I'm about to hang up on y'all. Um, 49 minutes in, everybody should be good and relaxed by now. All that tension you had, if you were stressed. Not vodka, PYT. If you were stressed, honey, this was more than a quickie. I've been accused of giving y'all a quickie, baby. Your legs and your back, all that tension. You should get, you know what I mean? I really worked y'all for this 40 minutes, this 50 minutes. Baby, this was no quickie. All right. Everybody should be loose as a goose, feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Hey, difficult research. I was so relieved to see how your opinions changed in the Lauren and HTC scandal as you dug further into this hot mess. Honey, listen, I was trying, listen, baby, listen. When I first arrived to that 9 hour live, I wanted to handle it with white gloves because I am usually very much I don't be giving a damn about what I say about people, and I had to handle it and not assume that she was me and how I would handle situations, right? So when I went over there to that 9 hour live, baby, I said, you know what? Let me not assume much and let me listen to her side of this story. Now, it took me damn near a week to get through that live. And I said, okay, if I compare this to what happens on the Lifetime Movie Network, maybe she got something crazy on her hands, right? But as I kept getting into the different, proof and the receipts that were being dropped, especially that court audio and the exhibits that were attached, I said, oh, she's full of shit. Now, difficult research, when I do an upload, I'm more professional. In my lives, I say what the hell I want to say, and I'm out of control in my life. But yes, I found out she was full of shit. Hmm. You think this is why other creators have chosen to opt out of covering it? I'm curious about why others are. I think that it's probably not worth their time if they share if they share a space, if they're coworkers, people in the true crime community, if they already spoke on it, and I know that down the rabbit hole, I believe that is it down the rabbit hole. I watch her, but I can't. I'm probably messing up her name. I recall her coming out and saying that she felt bad for her, so on and so forth. And then, it doesn't take much if anybody is familiar with Rabbit. It doesn't take much for her to call you out on your bullshit. So she came back out and was just like, oh, okay, I can sort of see this is some bullshit. She was being kind about it, but I don't think that some people want to really ruffle the feathers of that shared space, is what I can only assume. Thank you, difficult research. So that's what I can only assume. That's why some people are just like, I'm hands off with it. And others who've been probably feeling a certain type of way about Lauren before all of this came out, they're going to go hard in the paint and they're going to say what's on their mind because they've been waiting for the opportunity anyway to say how they really felt, but they didn't want to just do that because that can come across as if you're being messy or you're just being, you're just doing too much. Now they have a reason to come out and be like, I knew this bitch was full of shit. Excuse my language. I don't mean to talk that way, but that's how I talk. And now they got a reason to go in and go hard. So that's what I think. That's what I think. There's going to be some people who are going to still ride next to her as well because it's just better for them via business wise. And we never know what's going on behind the scenes with those people who don't want to see it for what it really is. You just never know what's going on behind the scenes is how I always look at something you know it sucks that they don't cover her because she's gaining traction again, and we worry that she will exploit future victims who find themselves on the side of crime, Mormon crime on top of it all. Unfortunately, I don't even think that there's a such thing as cancel. Some people may label that as like cancel culture, right? And maybe that's not the right word to use. However, what I learned from someone who is in the mom sector of TikTok, YouTube, and Facebook, who's always on the verge of being canceled. She said something, and I was just like, you know what, that makes sense. When you're in the middle of someone ripping your ass apart and they want to remove you or hold you accountable for your behavior and the bullshit that you've been doing online, I think it only works if you disappear and you no longer post and you take a break and you hide from it. If you continue on in the same space where you are now the content, and you still put out your videos, your lives, you're still behind your paywalls, and you're still out here no matter what somebody is saying, it's not going to work. It's just not going to work, in my opinion. That person has to literally disappear and allow somebody else to get the chance and the opportunity to step into that space and sort of leave that person like, oh, we forgot all about her because she went on like a 2-3 month break. If you just keep on ticking, keep on posting, people can talk all day long. You're just going to, you might have a downslide. People might unsubscribe, but you're just going to gain those subscribers right back because there's always going to be a group of people that don't know anything about you, and they're not going to believe what anybody else is saying. They're going to look at it as gossip. They're going to see it as gossip. They're going to see it as, oh, they're just hating on her. Oh, those bitches are just messy. And then you have people who feel like, I don't really give a shit what her behavior is or what she did. She didn't do it to me. So I don't have anything to do with it. So I'm going to keep on rocking and rolling, and I'm still going to be a hidden gem. So you just got a group of people who are just going to do what they want to do. It just appalls me how she acts like she did nothing wrong. It's weird. I think for you, though, that's because you're personally connected to it. You are that family that she took advantage of. And that was your mother that was involved with that. So for you, you're going to feel strong about the whole POV of bringing her down. So you're going to definitely you're going to feel indifferent than anybody else, and the embarrassment of it all is probably worth it. You know what I mean? Although it's not going to cut into her paycheck per se. Um, the only thing you guys, anytime y'all see that she's getting close to other families, you all have to get behind the scenes and do what you need to do to warn those families. You know what I mean? And that's what has to happen. Like when you show people your hand, you're not really given the opportunity for a lesson how is she going to learn her lesson when everybody's showing their hand? Does that make sense? I always call you Krisha because where I'm from, that's how we would say it. We would say Krisha, but they say it's Crusha. So is it Krisha or Crusha? Yeah, I think you're right. At least there's more people who woke up to her bullshit and have been watching her since. History will repeat itself, unfortunately, but this time we will. Yes, I think that with you all watching and working behind the scenes like she used to do, based off of the text message and group chat exposure, her going into these different Reddit groups, being anonymous and starting shit and backbiting and things like that. I think that in order to make sure other families have protection from her getting a little too personal with victims for the sake of making more money and profit, that you all would have to work behind the scenes to get in contact with that family to warn them versus showing your hand. That's what I think. When you show your hand and you show your play, well, people can get in front of that, unfortunately, because they already see you coming. You know what I mean? They already see you coming. And right now, it is what it is, unfortunately. It's a lot with Lauren talking ish about the victims and their families and others, plus lied about having a stalker. And I mean, here's the thing. the manipulation, just what like us talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, when we talk about Nestos and Shirley Strawberry's bum ass scamming ass husband, the different things that we talk about, the number one thing is the manipulation tactics of it all. And you can get away with so much when you know how to when you know how to manipulate a situation. You get away with so much, and everybody is not tuning into the people who are talking about her. You know, if that's just too many people, all those people would have to tune in. But like I said, I know she's feeling it for sure. She's felt it. She feels it. That's the author book man that's involved in my aunt's case. Oh, something is, yeah, yeah, yeah. There's, oh, baby. I was just saying when I was talking about the Mary Cosby situation with the cult doc that's on TLC. I didn't get there yet. I haven't watched it yet. I was just saying uh, it's just mighty funny that in this situation we were talking about the different family members that just suddenly pass away. It is very much given, you know, it's weird. It's a lot of weird shit going on. It's a lot of weird shit going on. I mean, it's so weird. It's too much going on. Yeah, I think when it comes to like, if you're a journalist or whatever you want to call yourself, whatever Lauren wants to call herself, right? I wasn't with her. I didn't go to school with her. I don't know what she has, what her credentials are. You know, um, I feel like when you interview or when you're speaking or dealing with families of victims, because of your profession, especially when you're monetized, you got to be careful with how you handle people that are under your care. That's just the bottom line. There's a time and a place. Now, I can't tell people when to turn on and turn off their monetization. You know, when you're monetized, you have an option if you're going to make money on that video or not when you turn your ads on or off. I mean, she does work on YouTube as an independent podcast or journalist or whatever the hell she calls herself. But I just feel like there's a time and a place for things. And I feel like she definitely took advantage of every time, every place, every event. And I feel like two things can be true at once as well. She's unwell, according to her ex-contractor. Is her name Sabrina? It might be Sally, but I believe Sabrina said in a roundabout way that she was unwell. That's what she said. She was unwell. Now, if you let me make up some shit and start a rumor or few or two or speculate, when she said that, no, it wasn't Christine. Yeah, Stephanie. I've been calling her Sabrina the whole time. Thank you for telling me it was Stephanie. I feel like Stephanie was basically, and I'm putting words in Stephanie's mouth. This is my opinion. When she said Lauren was, you know, unwell, paraphrasing here, I said, oh, she must be on a little pill or two or few and must got some mental health issues going on. That's what I got from it. That's what I gathered in my little picnic basket. Uh huh. I said, oh, that makes sense to me. She's unwell. And Lauren needs to go set her ass down and mourn her damn self, you know, with her just losing her brother and you running around and you baby, you got to sit down and take a break your damn self. You know, there's just too much going on. There's just too much going on. But I didn't catch your live. I caught the beginning of your live. You just came back. You were just on a break, weren't you? It pisses me off how she did that on top of everything that was already going on with Lori Damn. baby. When I still have to finish watching your live when you took a ride. I'm in the bushes. I'll sometimes pop out, but for the most part, I watch from the bushes. And that girl, I I just catching up on all of that, not too much because I can't handle the details. Like when children's and when we have children involved and demons and spirits and religions and cults and shit like that, voices and lords and gods and all of that. That's a little scary for me. I can't stomach things like that. But just me getting into the different things that was going on with Lori and the family and her son and the different husbands and this, that, and the third, and the husbands, the one sister, and it was too much. It was too damn much. It was too much. And I don't, I can't cover stuff like that. I can't handle it. I'm serious. It's too much. But I do hope and pray that one day you'll be able to come onto this YouTube and you don't have to have all of that heavy on your heart. Because baby, I don't play no games when it comes to my mother, my mom, baby, when it comes to my mom, when it comes to Mama Doll, baby, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine somebody playing with my mother. Fuck what you got to say about me, but you're playing with my mother. Oh hell no. Hell no. Difficult research. If you click on her name, it'll take you right to her channel. It'll take you right to her channel. Mm-hmm. And she calls out the bullshit. She calls out the bullshit and she gets into the Mormon community and I don't know. Difficult research. Would you say that do people say you're a conspiracy? You don't have to answer, but do people feel like you're a conspiracy theorist or am I overstepping by asking you that question? Cuz you do get into some things that people don't want to talk about when it comes to the religion and the Mormon community and the different things that are going on that people tend to say uh amongst each other and not out in the open. I used to be one. Not, I was like I was mild. It wasn't too much. But I used to be very much into the rabbit holes of different things out there. I stopped, but I used to very much, be into the different things that people tell us to stop talking about. I know that's right, difficult research. Yes. Yeah, I'm waiting for somebody to get into the files without I don't want to I don't want the politics. I don't really give I want the let's talk about the victims and who's in it without and I know it's part of it because there's powerful people running the country and whatnot and all that shit, but I feel like we're getting lost in politics and everything. No, who's on the list? Can I find somebody that's talking about all of it? All of it. You know? Yeah, they released some of the victims' names. I've seen that, but I've been all over the place, so I haven't really I watched and I know some people anytime Netflix brings something out, people feel some type of way or they don't like it or they have this, that, and the third to say. I believe it came out in 2020, but when I watched the doc for Jeff, I was so disgusted after I finished that doc. Like I was in my head about it because it's just I don't know. I was in my head about it. I was in my head about it for sure. I think I was in my head about it too because I have to think, I'm almost 50 years old, right? And it makes you, even when it comes to like bringing R. Kelly into this, and different older men dating younger women who were 17 and under, for example. It just makes me think about how we didn't know. For me, everybody's different, but when I was in high school, which 15, 16, 17, how the older men would pick up in my high school. Your high school, maybe everybody else's high school is different. But I recall that some of the girls would get picked up by the older boys and the older guys from around the way. And they were grown ass men. Grown ass men. And we didn't see anything wrong with that because we were still kids at the time. We were still teenagers at the time. And now that we're older, right? And some of this shit is now starting to come out, you're now like, holy shit. You know what I mean? You're now starting to realize that, like, there's so many women that are my age and older that they're, I don't even like talking about the shit, to be quite honest with you. It's just uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable to me, for me, to be honest with you. Right, China from the bushes, you don't think about it until, like, you're just thinking about it right now. Like, oh my god, not right now, but different things and scandals that come out and things that are being exposed. You're just like, god damn. you know Whew. I've known quite a few names on the list and have been calling them out for it. They connected to my damn. I talk about all of it, and this is what makes me okay. Yeah, I've read that one already, but I missed a comment here. I heard Christina's husband's uncle is Senator Mike Lee, and he's a mm. Are we talking about Christina, who was labeled as the stalker? What Christine? There's a lot of Christine. Which Christine? Oh my God, child. Mm. I was blessed to never force it into. I think I told this story before, China from the bushes. I was blessed because of who my father was and who my sister's boyfriend was. Thank God. I can't even imagine if I did not have that protection, what I was going to be up against as a teenager in my area, in my neck of wood, in my neck of the woods where I grew up at. I can't even imagine. But honey, they were not allowed to talk to me. They were not allowed to talk to me, or even, and I'm so blessed, and I thank God for that. I do. I thank God for who my father was, although he was, baby, don't get me started talking about that man, because baby, he was a low down dirty dog. He was, as far as how he, handled women. But because of who he was, I was protected. So thank God for that. Thank God for that. Mm, 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 mm. Well, listen, they need to everything. But here's the thing: they put it all out on the table. What are they going to do about it, right? What are they going to do about it? Like, that's the thing. Are they going to do something about it, or is it just going to be like, oh, okay? Oh, they're on the list. Oh, all right. Moving on. What's next? You know what I mean? I know mine just came downstairs too. One of them just came down the steps. But I think after I'm done digging in Mary Cosby's business, I'm going to try to watch some of the I'm going to try to watch some content on that. I'll probably do most of that when I'm at my part-time job, when I, have nothing to interrupt me and I can just listen without interruption. That's what I'm saying. And then I just feel like, are they showing us everything? Are they keeping some things away? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. It's too much. It's too much. But you guys, thank you all for joining me. Hopefully it wakes people up so they'll take a stand against them, because if we don't, we're moving into views of prophecy, wild shit around. I can't see that comment. I can't see your whole comment. Hold on a minute. Y'all know I'm on my phone. Wow. Oh, wild shit around these parts. Is that what it says? Okay, now I can see because there's another comment. Okay, got you. They will never show us anything. China from the bushes. It's so much. It is so much. But this was a nice chat. I didn't expect us to get into. I mean, hell, we was already talking about Mary and her family down to the Salt Lake City, and I believe that's where is Lauren. She's from Utah as well, right? So we ended up, it's cool. We ended up right where we needed to be. And when we go live next, it's going to be strictly Mary Cosby. I'll have some audio. I'll have some more clips, of course, from the Court of Public Opinion. I'll be repetitive with what I said today as well. I want to definitely get into what a cult is, because I feel like we do throw this word around, and especially when it comes to church scandal and church drama. So I want to get into what a cult is. It's so heavy. Sorry for the wet. No, you don't have to apologize. It's okay, baby. You do not have to apologize. Um, we appreciate it. You come in, you talk, you say what you want. I'm glad I was paying attention, because sometimes I'm not paying attention to the chat. Sometimes I'm just yelling into my phone or yelling at the screen. So I'm glad I had a chance and an opportunity to connect with you today, for sure. Because I know I definitely won't be doing too much more hidden true crime content. I did want to do a video about my thoughts on Grayson, but I'll wait for the time and opportunity to do that. I'm gonna just hang out in the bushes and wait for my mind to tell me, okay, go ahead and upload that. I already have the voice recording ready for that, because baby, Grayson is she looked demonic to me, if you let me tell it, but honey, I ain't gonna say too much more. I feel sorry for her. I do, because I think my daughter is 24 and 24, 25 years old, and I just feel like somebody should be somewhere saying, hey, girl, you're hearing your own voices in your head and shit like that. You really don't have time to be dealing with other people's shit that got a bunch of drama going on when you got your own voices to answer to in your head. I mean, that's what she gives me. Like, she's, dealing with her own crazy. And then here we are dealing with somebody else's shit who's a grown ass woman. And I don't think that's fair. Not when I got my own bullshit I'm dealing with and I'm battling the voices in my head. But, I'm not going to be too messy. But that's why I didn't put the video out yet, because sometimes I'm a little harsh and rude. But yeah, that's all I got for you all. What you say, I'm usually ignoring us until it's time for a disclaimer, until I look up in the chat and see that y'all are being extremely messy and mean. conspiracy theorist is a wrong. I don't think it's an insult. I feel like I don't know. I don't see because I'm about to. I gotta go. I don't think. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think people made it into something harsh, but I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I don't. Like I said, I feel like I used to reside there. I've calmed down a lot. I've calmed down so much. Calmed down so much. I try to relax and take it easy, laugh a little more. Not everything requires me to go digging into the ground and pulling up shit and assuming shit. And, you know what I mean? I just feel like, I'm just more relaxed now. But I don't see nothing wrong with it. We like harsh, rude, and messy and mean. But when I see y'all asses is harsh, rude, messy, and mean, you know what pops up. And before we go, this is a disclaimer if you are catching the replay, and if you're new around here, the views equal the personal opinions only, okay? Views equals personal opinions only. This content is for entertainment purposes only, but this is real life. Listener notice. The views and opinions shared in this live stream, meaning if you are over catching that live chat replay, reflect personal experiences and perspectives, good and bad opinions. You may disagree or you may agree with them. Guest opinions, meaning my dolls in the chat, that's their own, and it includes their freedom to express and freedom of speech. I just ask that they respect one another. And that's all I got for y'all. If it is somebody's birthday, happy birthday to you, baby. Many, many more. Enjoy your birthday. Blessings to you, baby. We're going to play the birthday song and we're going to get the hell out of here.
Go shorty, it's your birthday. We go party like it's your birthday. We go sip Bacardi like it's your birthday. And your birthday, yes, it's your day. It's your birthday.
Somebody point to the birthday person. 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 Shine a light on him. Shine a light on him. Shine a light on him. Shine a light on him.
I am so sorry, y'all. My phone died. My phone died, so I wasn't able to. I'm getting the hell out of here. Goodbye. I love y'all down. Thank you so much for joining me again. I had to hurry up and hop onto my computer so that I can actually hang up on y'all. Thank you so much again, Only Me 23, for gifting a Dollhouse membership, and Muff GG. If I didn't get a chance to call you out by name, I am so sorry. We are not ghetto over here, Elsie. It is 2026. Baby, I thought I already got you together, baby. We are not ghetto over here. We are unorganized and unprofessional. That's what we are over here. Thank y'all so much. Y'all have an amazing day. Don't get none on ya. I'm out of here. Bye.
Oh! Shout out to everybody. I had fun. I gotta be good.
A lot of y'all that love Beyonce, that like Beyonce, we all love Beyonce, we all like Beyonce, we all like her music. But we also gotta watch her too. Because they are already pointing the fingers at Jay-Z. Now they finna try to point it to Beyonce next. Because they think she got something to do with it too. So with that being said, a lot of y'all pay attention for real. A lot of y'all might not believe it, but a lot of y'all is gonna be like, what the fuck? Like y'all gonna be shocked. This ain't no play. This something that's serious. A lot of artists and a lot of basketball players and all this, you know what I'm saying? I don't think it's the football players.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Unfiltered Doll Reactions.
Alright, Slash.
Oh, what you working for? Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off again.
Say, nah, get your way up.